Hi guys, Daz is back with another episode of my top 20 selling comic books of the week. Today I'm going to be discussing the best selling books from the 14th of June 2019. As always, let's see if you can beat me. Most people normally do. Since coverprice.com came on the scene, they've become a go-to spot for watching eBay trends on comics, and they scour thousands of eBay sales to culminate data to spotlight the hottest selling comics. And here is this week's top 20. Yeah, we got 20 for you this week, guys. It's a tested one this week, trust me. Let's see what you got. Starting in at number 20 on our list is a book I don't know. We're talking Moon Knight, issue number 1. I've got the first appearance of Moon Knight in Werewolf by Night, issue 32. Why can't that be on the list? Moon Knight number 1 from 1980. Now this is getting a spillover by the seams of it for those that are out of the reach of the Werewolf by Night 32. It sold 23 copies this past week, had a 7-day trend of plus 91%, and had a high sale for CGC 9.8 of $146. I've passed on this book numerous times. Yes, it's his first solo title, but that's the only significance, and I like those first appearances. I might pick it up if I find it in the dollar bin. I think I've passed on it for about 5 and 10. Right, number 19 on our list. Do I have it? I don't. It's a book I passed on the shelves last week. New Agents of Atlas, issue number 3. Yeah, the first two were hot, still are hot, because there are a numerous collection of Asian superheroes first appearances. Now, like I say, this book is still trending even though it's a 3rd issue. I'm surprised this one is still going so well, but it's got an audience. It sold just a modest 16 copies this past week, had a 7-day trend of plus 139% and a high sale raw for that issue number 3 of $13. Not for me, unless it's got some guts or a death or major death or something like that. I'm not touching it. Number 18 on our list is a book I have found but only ratty, and I want a nice solid copy of this one. We're talking Wolverine, issue number 1. That is our number 18 on our list this week, guys. Now this has been in the runners up from 11 to 20 prior, and if it's not on the list, it's usually pretty close. It sold 19 copies this past week, had a 7-day trend of plus 125% and a high sale raw of $153. Now, strong rumors are coming that when the X-Men do finally come into the MCU, it will be Wolverine that is the first mutant to cross over. Time will tell what I'd give for another Hugh Jackman appearance. Number 17 on our list is the first book that I do own. We're talking Paper Girls, guys. Issue number 1 from Image Comics. Now, of course, Brian K. Vaughan tweeted just recently that there are big Paper Girls news coming your way soon. And of course, a lot of us have speculated that we're getting a TV show or a movie. Now, it sold 21 copies this past week, had a 7-day trend of plus 106%, and the CGC 9.8 sold recently for a high of $80. I paid £3 for this copy. It's nice for me. Passed on numerous copies in Forbidden Planet recently. They were all in grab bags for effectively 50p, and at the time I nearly grabbed them, but I'm kicking myself somewhat now. But I'm going to probably go back there tomorrow and see what I can find. But that's a good issue. It's basically about a group of girls who get caught between 2 factions of time travelers, and they're at war, who are at war with one another. Stay on the scene with that one, guys, because Paper Girls is coming. Brian K. Vaughan, I did a big big special on him. A load of his properties are due to be optioned. I think another one I like the look of is We Stand on Guard. So if you find that for cheap, look, pick that one up. I grabbed one. Number 16 on our list. Now this was solicited as a Torque variant, but in fact it's a Chris Anka variant, and it is Black Cat issue number 1. There were a lot of nice Black Cat covers out this week. Art Jones was a stunner, wasn't it? Well, it's a great cover, and collectors felt the same. It sold 23 copies this past week, that Chris Anka variant. Had a 7-day trend of plus 102% and a high sale raw of $12. So, decent book to have, guys. Now, this next one is a book I'm never going to own. It pains me to say it, but these prices are getting silly on this one now. And the book in question, our number 15 book on our list, guys, is Giant Size X-Men, issue number 1. Doesn't seem like X-Men Phoenix has put it off. I've seen X-Men Phoenix, Dark Phoenix. I thoroughly enjoyed it. For me, it was the best X-Men film I have seen. The action was non-stop. It's got its critics, and a lot of critics, and I never listen to reviews. I go on face value. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10, the film. Really, really enjoyable. Okay, well, of course, Giant Size X-Men 1, well, it is a blue chip book, isn't it? And with X-Men hitting the MCU soon, probably within about 3 years, I would have thought this is an excellent time to pick up copies, as it will be going up from here on out. Now, this past week, of course, the book from 1975 sold 17 copies at a 7-day trend of plus 148% and high sale raw. Get ready for it, of $3,300. Giant Size X-Men 1, of course, the new team. Now, number 14 on our list is a bit of a stalwart for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I have my friend, UK comic collector Alan, to thank for this. For he sent me a copy. Number 14 on our list is Miles Morales, Spider-Man issue number 6. Of course, from the recent series. And it's still moving due to Starling's first full appearance. Yes, Starling is, I believe, a bit of a love interest of Miles, and is the granddaughter of Vulture. So, great book to have. This is Tiana Toons, is Starling. This is a nice regular Marco Alfonso cover, and it sold 29 copies this past week at a 7-day trend of plus 95% and a high sale raw sale of $10. Good book to have. I can see that character turning up in animated shows down the line. Now, number 13 on our list is a book I have sold a couple of copies of recently, and it is Darkhawk issue number 1. That is our number 13 on our list, guys. It sold 31 copies this past week because it's the first appearance and origin, of course, of Darkhawk, who is Christopher Powell. Now, his first promotional appearance is in Marvel Age 97, a book I also own. It's also got the first appearance of Philip Bazin in this, and of Saint Johnny, who was John Train. But, you know, this is a book that started out as a bit of a gimmick book. But collectors decided, let's heap some money on it and see if we can get it more valuable. And basically that's what's happened. And there are rumours circulating that he could appear, whether in a show or a movie, at some point. Like I said, 31 copies have just sold. A 7-day trend of plus 88% and a high sale for a CGC 9.8 of $176. I've read the book. Good read. Get on board with Darkhawk. What did I pay for this one? £15. I've since found a couple of copies at £1 a piece and fired them on. Made a tidy little profit. Now, number 12 on our list is a book from Scout Comics. And the book in question is Category 0. Category 0. Great looking cover there, guys. I do like that. Very busy. Now, Category 0 is obviously a low printed book from Scout Comics. It sold 24 copies this past week. The 7-day trend of plus 121% with a high sale raw of $13. I'll see if I can find that now on my shelves. That is category 0. Number 11 on our list, and our first runner-up, is a big store in my top 20, and that is Ultimate Fallout issue number 4. Of course, the first appearance of Miles Morales, the star of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that fantastic animated feature that won a Golden Globe, I believe, and an Oscar. Now, this book shows no signs of slowing. It sold 30 copies this past week at a 7-day trend of plus 99%, and a CGC 9.8 just sold for $340, guys. I paid £13.90 for my copy, and it's a minimum of 9.4. That was back in March of 2018. I bought that. Passed on another for, I think I could have got it for 15 quid, and I'm kicking myself now. Happy to have it in the PC though. First, Miles Morales. And so we're on to the big top 10, guys. And starting in at number 10 on our list, what do we have for you? We have an interesting one. Because I don't really know why this one is spiking so much. But the book in question is Batman Beyond issue number 6 from the first series, guys. And that is the first appearance of I can't even say it. Unique or INQUE. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say it, but that's the first appearance. I can't even say it. What's going on? The 7-day trend of plus 278%. Batman issue number 6. 11 copies have sold this past week. The average raw sale now, crazy, $47.44 for first appearance. Yeah, but a character there's never been anything. Am I missing something? Is this character going to be appearing in a show or a movie? Possibly. The average graded sale now, $163 for Batman Beyond issue 6, and the name of the first appearance character I can't pronounce. Inuit. That could be it. That's what I'm sticking by. Number 9 on our list, the book again I passed on. It is a stunning cover, I'll give it that much, and it is a cover from Annie Granoff. And we are talking Deadpool issue number 13, the Granoff Marvel's 25th tribute variant. Yeah, I saw this in my LCS. I think it was £4 at the time. I like the cover, but I'm trying to stay away from cover buys, guys. The 7-day trend on that book, plus 158%. 21 copies have sold this past week. The average raw sale now, $5.91. CGC 9.8, unbelievably, is already out there for $125 on average they are selling for. Crazy stuff. I do believe this got a few first appearances in there, so the time will tell with that one. Number 8 on our list is another book I'm sad to say I will probably never own unless I get lucky with Car Boot Tony, and he delivers the goods again. The book in question, guys, is a monster book, and we are talking Amazing Spider-Man issue 129, the first appearance of Punisher. Yeah, and I believe this is probably heating up due to the fact that obviously the Punisher TV series has just been cancelled, and people are thinking now is a good time to buy. Well, the 7-day trend on that book is plus 167%. 21 copies of that book have sold this past week, with the average raw sale now of $243, which is very respectable. I think that it's first appearance of the Jackal as well, if I'm not mistaken. Now, the average graded CGC 8.0 is going for $1,160. That's a massive price, isn't it? First appearance of the Punisher. I want that book. Right, number 7 on our list is another book that keeps cropping up, and we are talking The Eternals, guys. Issue number 1. Of course, the first appearance of The Eternals. We are getting a movie. Yeah, it's been confirmed. It is in development. Kevin Feige has announced it. This is the first appearance and origin of the Eternals team. It's got the first appearance of Icarus, First appearance of Brother Toad, first appearance of Margot Damien, the Deviants team, Cataphracts, Dr. Damien, Vira. It's also got the first mention of the Celestials, who appears in the Eternals issue 2, and of course the Celestials are a big part of the Eternals movie. So yeah, I think the film is going to be based on Cersei, probably played by Angelina Jolie, and Icarus, who's going to be played by one of the Game of Thrones actors, I believe. But it's a great book to have. Again, it was a book that was probably in the dollar bins 2 or 3 years ago. Now it's going berserk. The 7-day trend on this, plus 83%. 42 copies have sold this past week. I picked this copy up the day it was announced. And that was in January, February, March, April the 12th, 2018. I'd like to make a note, which is very interesting. 42 copies have sold this past week. The average raw sale now is $79.83. Now I paid £14.95 the day of that, and I think I paid $12 for that copy. So the average 9.6 CGC is going for $320 now, guys. So be on the lookout for Eternals. I've got a nice run on that series. Number 6 on our list. Of course, we've had news from Kirkman and big news about The Walking Dead. And our number 6 book on our list is The Walking Dead, issue 191, the second printing, guys. The second printing. Of course, this is the issue where Rick Grimes gets shot point blank in the chest. The 7-day trend on that second print, plus 112%. 33 copies have sold this past week with an average raw sale of $3.99. We go on to number 5 on our list, and safe to say I will never ever in my life own this one. Well, I kind of do, I got the facsimile, but the book in question, guys, number 5 on our list is of course The Monster of All Monsters, The Incredible Hulk, issue 181, the first full appearance, as I like to call it, of Wolverine. Wow, if I could have any book in my collection, I'll probably be that, even above Amazing Fantasy at 15. The 7-day trend on that book, plus 159%. 29 copies have sold that past week. The average raw sale now for that book, $1,490. Mental. The average CGC 8.0, $3,194. Who knows? One day I'll keep saving up my eBay money and see where I can get to. Number 4 on our list is a book I thought about getting, and if it is there in the shop tomorrow, I am definitely going to pick it up because my daughter said she would draw me the front cover for Father's Day. The book in question is Walking Dead, issue 192, and that is the blank variant. I've seen some people getting it signed, drawn and signed in some of their Instagram posts and that, and they look great. Well, the 7-day trend on that book is plus 156%. Of course, why? Rick dies. Yeah, it's the end of Rick Grimes, isn't it, guys? And he becomes a zombie in the issue, I think, and then dies again. So he's definitely toast. He ain't coming back. But of course, we're getting Rick Grimes some TV movies, I believe, with Abraham. Is it Abraham Lincoln? Oh, no, Abraham Lincoln. Andrew Lincoln, I think it is. The 7-day, he actually plays him. 60 copies have sold this past week. And the average raw sale now for that blank variant, $20. Decent book. I'm not a Walking Dead collector, but I have picked up a couple of those. 192s. Up next is an interesting one because we are getting possibly a movie about this, which is very interesting. And it is a book from Armada Comics. And the book in question is Magic the Gathering Shadow Mage, issue number 1. What a book out of left field that one is, guys. Number 3 on our list. Yeah. I think we're either getting a TV show or a movie about Magic the Gathering. I've read somewhere about it. The 7-day trend, plus 269%. 39 copies have sold this past week. The average raw sale, $7.50. Bizarre one to have on the list, guys, but it's there. Magic the Gathering is Shadow Mage. That's our number 3. Into the big top 2, guys. And number 2 on our list is, not surprisingly, Walking Dead issue 191, the first printing. Of course, this issue ends on a cliffhanger after Rick Grimes is shot at point blank range in the chest. You know, he survives all these zombies and everything that's thrown at him, and he gets just shot by some random kid sort of thing. Not the way I'd have chose for him to go, but having said that, the book is selling because it has a plus 7-day trend of plus 143%. 87 copies have sold this past week. The average raw sale now, $16.74. I paid £3.50 for mine the day it came out. So happy about that. And of course that leaves number 1, and you've probably guessed it, guys. We are talking Walking Dead issue 192. Yeah, I'm ready. Because it is where Rick dies and becomes a zombie. The end of the legend that is Rick Grimes. Like I said, Kirkman has said that when Grimes goes, it's probably going to be the end of the series. I would wrap it up at 200. The TV show's on its way down, and I think the comic book series is too. The 7-day trend on that book, plus 205%. 208 copies of that book have sold this past week. The average raw sale now, $9.94. So you're more than doubling your money already. And a CGC on average is going for $89. That's it. That is our top 20, guys. Walking Dead fill a lot of those spots. What have I got this week, guys? Not a good total for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 to beat, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for all my subscribers. If you like what you see, please subscribe. That's Daz over and out. Bye for now.